How are you?
When you're 50 years old, or a little more, you don't expect your life to change in the blink of an eye. When I promised the people of Mahiga, Kenya, that I'd help them bring clean water to their primary school, I didn't expect so much. Not a big celebration when I returned, not such big results for the school. Somehow, that one water system turned into a whole lot more. To purify the water, we brought in electricity.
Oh, wow.
The power made it possible to build a computer lab. Within a couple of years, the school went from failing to one of the best in the district. My friend Joseph Mutangu and I, we felt like we'd joined hands across a wide ocean and made something really special happen. And that's when my life suddenly darted in a direction I never expected it to go.
Here we are today. Out of the ordinary schools, the 49 ordinary schools we have in Kenya West, this is the first primary school with the electricity and the computer. I have a very big dream for this school here in Africa and in Kikuyu land. I can see it. We shall have St. Joseph Mahiga Secondary School, St. Joseph Mahiga.
Though I'd spent time with these kids, it never occurred to me that there was no secondary school for them to attend, and that for many of them, their education was about to end. It wasn't my idea to build a high school, but how could I say no? It all started with a tree, a small tree. In 2005, I was directing a film about Nobel laureates when Wangari Maathai won the Nobel Peace Prize. Wangari invited me to Kenya to plant trees with the Greenbelt Movement, her organization that's planted 30 million trees and reversed deforestation in wide swaths of Kenya.
And planting trees, you don't plant them today and harvest them tomorrow. You plant them today and you nurture them, you water them, you wait for the sun to do its part. And it may take a long time before you can get a fruit from that fruit tree.
I loved being with these women, but what I really wanted to do was plant trees at a school.
How's that?
That's how I met Joseph Mutangu, who took me for my first visit to the Mahiga Primary School. Mud floors, slat walls, wind and rain coming through. Despite all that, written at the top of every blackboard, the school's motto, hard work pays. After I planted that first tree, our nonprofit, the Nobelity Project, sent a little money to build a water system, but they did all the work.
Congratulations. Thanks a lot. You did a good job. I'm trying anyway. Karibu.
Just 2 years after my first visit, with my little tree growing tall, I thought about this community's dream to build a high school. We have 366 kids in the primary school up through level 8. When those kids finish right now, there's no more school for them to go to.
No more school for them to go.
So Turk calls from Kenya and says, we're going to build a high school? I thought he was nuts. How does this two-person nonprofit handle building a high school in Kenya?
And we toss it way up in the air, and then we catch it. By 2009, we had a new film about providing basic rights to children everywhere, and we wanted one piece at a time to be known as the movie that built a high school.
Did you know they say in Africa there is only one way of eating an elephant?
What is it?
One piece at a time.
Oh, that's great. As soon as we announced we were going to build a high school, the community started the area's first 9th grade class. But a high school is more than classrooms. To collect enough drinking water for a bigger school, we wanted to build a rainwater court, a basketball court with a big roof water storage tanks, and solar-powered purification.
If you have the land, if we have a local team. Looks like we have a local team to work with. Yeah. So we will do the basketball court and collect the rainwater.
Also, we've asked Joseph to represent us and come up with a lot of solutions here. So
I think what Tuck's saying is if you have any problems,
go to Joseph.
Go to Joseph.
While everyone knew Mahiga needed water, basketball was brand new for these kids, and our new homemade rim was barely bigger than the ball.
Now, in basketball, you don't kick. You dribble, or you pass, catch. And you pass back. Good. He's on my team. I pass to him, and he shoots. Shoot. Yes. And then, yeah. Try it. Yeah, the first basket.
Starting in 2003, primary school became free and mandatory to all kids in Kenya. 8 years later, there's a huge gap between the number of students graduating from primary school
Congratulations.
and the number of high schools. There are also gaps in the number of qualified teachers, and since high school is not free, a gap in the ability of parents to pay tuition. The Mahiga School Committee wanted to find sponsors for orphans and other deserving students who couldn't afford the fees, and that makes them even more shy when I turn on the camera. You want to see yourself in the camera? Before I start, make sure you look good.
Yeah. My name is Peter Chawaidimu.
My name is James Dego.
What's your favorite subject?
Physics.
Biology.
How old are you?
I'm 16 years old.
Do you have any idea what you'd like to do work-wise?
Accountant.
And did you tell me?
A journalist.
A journalist?
Wow.
Oh, okay. Come here.
Come.
Come here. You hold the camera. Point at James. Now when I move this, I'm gonna get wider. Smile, James.
Like I didn't. Smile. How do you like it?
Come in the shot.
Yeah,
and you can. Okay, you want to ask any questions?
Yeah, as a journalist, you can ask any question. We'll try to answer.
Where do you come from?
I come from Texas.
Yeah.
Just hold it level like that.
Do you enjoy our country?
I love your country. It's really beautiful. This is my favorite part of the country. I like this area in the mountains. It's a nice spot. Nicer when it rains, though.
Yeah, it is.
3 years of drought was a little hard.
It was so hard.
Okay.
That was great.
That's great. Thanks. Okay, now when you want to stop, see the red button, and now push stop. Along with construction money, the Game Changers Award provided an architect, a volunteer no less, who'd live in the community for the next year. When people ask me, how do you build a high school in Africa? I say, get yourself a hippie architect from Minnesota.
I moved out to Kenya and then we started the design meetings and I started just researching structures in the general area. We ran 4 community meetings and just bounced drawings back and forth based on what the community was saying. The name they gave me right when I arrived here is Maina, and that's just a really common Kikuyu name. And from there, the nickname for Maina is Maish, so all the kids out at the school call me Maish. Maish, Maish.
Back in the States, I hit the road as an advocate for the idea of every kid receiving a secondary education. Well, there really is only one way to address these problems, and it is one piece at a time. If you want to make it personal, the question is, how do each of us fit into those solutions? Here I am filming at the Muharram. This is the Shia festival of Ashura in Calcutta, India. You can see that I fit right in. Cameraman who took this picture said I look like a human Q-tip. Check out this guy's shirt. If you're looking for big opportunities, seek out a big problem.
So we actually think we have the question that's in the forefront of your mind at the moment.
That would be 6'7"?
5'1". People ask us, why these kids? And we say, why not these kids? We're a small organization, and we can't engage with every community in need, but we can with this one. So let's watch our short film, 1,000 Voices for Hope.
Education shouldn't end after the 8th grade. Help us build Mehiga Hope High School. Join the choir. Be one of 1,000 Voices for Hope. By the time I returned to Kenya, we'd moved from design phase to the beginning of construction.
See, they're fabbed to 2 pieces.
And my first day back at the school, we broke ground on the rainwater court, poured the foundation for the classroom and library building, and unpacked the first books from our campaign, 1,000 Books for Hope.
So welcome to Mehiga Hope High School. Just the surface dirt, not counting foundation trenches, it's 362 cubic meters of excavation. There's about 40 guys on site now waiting to get work excavating the beginning of the court, and it's good we've got 40 or more because we've got a lot of earth to move.
It's an official pouring day for the slab at the classroom building. It's going to be 2 stories tall, so it'll be eight classrooms, the library and the computer lab. It's noon and not halfway finished yet. They've been working a long time, so see if they can make it today.
The guy in the tan shirt was one of the original class members at the high school. Wasn't interested in learning, wasn't interested in school, and dropped out. And I mean, here he is today, digging the ditch.
We launched a campaign back home called 1,000 Books for Hope. We asked people to donate their favorite book with a personal note inside.
Dear reader, my name is Carl Compel and I live in Austin, Texas. This spring novel depicts the struggle of a young girl to find freedom.
She called to her friend, and me, and now I see this corn is sweet. Corn for
Today, you can see all behind me, everywhere you look, you can see kids planting trees. So it's about 5 o'clock, and I never thought it would happen, but 9 hours they managed to pour the entire slab. And the next time I come back, this thing will be on its 2nd story. And that's just one day at Mehiga. It's kind of an exciting place.
As the vision and the cost of the school grew, we spread the word to our friends that we couldn't do this without them.
It is the Nobelity Project, an artist and filmmaker dinner, a who's who gala, Lyle Lovett and Willie performing this evening here at the Four Seasons.
Turk and Christy do a lot of wonderful things around the world, and a lot of people never hear about, but they've been busy.
From the Four Seasons, Andy Langer, News 8 Austin.
I would like to invite Nathan and Elise and Sophie, the triplets, to come up here on stage. They decided for their mitzvah project to raise some money for a new kitchen at Mehiga. Do we have a picture of the old kitchen that you can slide through to there? This new kitchen's going to feed 800 kids a day, and that's probably for the next 20 or 30 years.
Good evening. My name is Elise. This is my brother Nathan and my sister Sophie. The kids at the Mehiga Hope School deserve an education just as much as we do. We raised enough money to build a kitchen because, come on, who can learn on an empty stomach? I might be the smallest 13-year-old you've ever seen, but I know that I can make the biggest change. Thank you.
And look what these guys have got.
That I may never see again, and I can't wait to get on the road again.
Dragging. Okay, so there's a truck ahead of us that is dragging a huge load of steel down the highway, just guessing that it's going to Mehiga.
Crazy day, they're still working on the second floor pour of the classroom building down there. It's a lot bigger than the foundation pour because it's suspended support for all the upper floor. The crew came from Nairobi, traveled all night long, slept 3 hours, 13, 14-hour pour, and then 3 hours back to Nairobi and probably work again tomorrow. Hardest working people I ever met in my life.
Our goal at Mehiga was to build a model infrastructure for schools across rural Africa. Using hand-shaped stone, we were now building the classroom and library building, the rainwater court, kitchen and dining room, and science labs, with all the designs in the public domain for others to use. Whenever kids weren't in class, they were learning to play basketball, still on a dirt court, with rocks,
Dribble and shoot.
and no backboard.
Oh, almost. Shall we show them a little one-on-one? Okay, Greg, your turn. Nice. Yeah, good luck on that shot.
The net ball we've been using, basketball, it'll be a little easier. Luckily, our first adult mentor at the school was Esther Niaga, who had toured Africa playing for the Kenyan women's basketball team.
Basketball is a team sport. I step and pass, my arms are straight, defensive stance, down, jump stop right, ball, jump stop left, ball. Give yourself a hand.
Good.
Yeah, good.
1, 2, 3.
We're no good at sports. We'll build you a place to play.
One advantage of all the travel to Kenya, I'd earned enough frequent flyer miles for our daughters to join Christy and me and finally meet the kids at Mehiga. Our daughter Katie Rose is an artist and got to teach a class while we were there.
And an interesting thing about the eyes is that they line up with the top of your ears. So even though it seems like your ears should be higher, the top of your ears match this line.
We still hadn't negotiated customs for shipping the 1,000 books for Hope, so our daughter Lily had brought hers with her.
This book is a memory that I will always share with my father. Maybe it is a story you can share with yours. Lily Pitkin.
Ferdinand knew that he would not be picked, and he didn't care. So he went out and smelled the flowers under his cork tree. Well, if you were a bumblebee and a bull sat on you, what would you do? It stung him.
No matter what grade you're in, it's exciting to have your first school photo taken. A school photo proves that you're somebody, that you're part of something real.
When I think back on all the things I learned in high school, it's a wonder I can think at all. read the writing on the wall.
Smile.
Monochrome gives the nice bright colors, gives the breeze the summers, makes you think all the birds in the sunny day. Yeah, I got a
Good one. There you go. Come on, Charles, let's see a real fast. Here it comes. The Kenyan government has created vast game preserves to protect the country's wildlife. Revenue from tourism supports conservation, but game fences also mean that most of our Kenyan students had never seen the amazing animals that live just a few miles from their homes.
We've got a young male. It's giraffe down here. He's got a big one high up here.
Beautiful world, intricate web of design. Shadow and light playing out on the land.
With Kenya's wildlife helping attract over 1 million tourists every year, the country's economic future depends upon balancing opportunity for young people with a sustainable environment. The future of these natural wonders is truly in these kids' hands.
All this area used to be a forested area back in the 1970s, and used to be the migratory route for the elephants. But now, their migratory route have been taken over by the settlement. They don't migrate at all. Do you know who did that? It's not the animals. It's the most dangerous species. Do you know the most dangerous species in the whole world? Do you know it at all?
Man?
Yeah. But not me. I went to England and I studied conservation. But I say that's knowledge. I have to come back here to Kenya because I need to save this country. So it's a very important tree, and that's why we try to keep them. I had a dream, if I could be on the grounds with the kids, and then we can start to teach the kids right from the beginning. They can grow knowing how to conserve the nation.
After cutting it down, it was supposed to be 705.
Yeah, I was feeling fortunate to have the talents of great Kenyan architects who are committed to giving back to their communities.
I have a family in Nairobi, 3 kids, but I have a covenant with my own that I must bring back whatever little I'm earning in Nairobi back to our village level so that I can help those people. A big journey starts with one step. This is the first step. You can see, my friends, I went through what you are undergoing now. That's why I can stand in front of you and say, yes, it can be done. I was the 22nd kid in that family, and I am the only one who is educated there. I was lucky to get educated.
Building a school, connecting with teachers and students, running the Nobelity Project. Those were all full-time jobs for Christy, and she'd done it all while fighting breast cancer. Had Mahiga made that battle harder? We didn't know. Maybe Mahiga had made her well.
Shoes, I remember it. How about Timbo? Thank you. Luega.
What's your name? What's your name? My name is Christy.
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 How many years?
That's why. How old am I?
Yeah.
Do you really want to know?
Yeah.
51.
And you still look so young.
Oh, thank you. What grade are you in? 6? 8. You're the biggest kids.
Yeah.
So next year, high school. You want to go here?
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to go to Mehiga Hope?
Yes.
I want to help him. Good. I will. You'll show me? Just like that. Just like that. These are my new friends.
Hey, how's everything going?
All right.
That's George. George is my cameraman. He's shooting flip video coverage of everything that happens here when I'm not here. Take the flip. For the next month, while I was back in the States, George was going to shoot the raising of the rainwater court. All good, if only it would rain. After a year and a half of planning and construction, it was great to see Mike waiting for us as we arrived for the grand opening of Mehiga Hope High.
Welcome to the rainwater court. It's beautiful, man. It's unbelievable. Motango, how are you?
It all started with a tree, at least for me. But truthfully, Mehiga Hope High School started with a small group of Kenyans who'd been the lucky ones, who'd received a high school education, which had launched them forward in life, but which had also brought them home again to give back to their communities.
Yeah.
Together, we tried to build a model school for rural Africa. We'd done it on a budget, almost, and with the grand opening just a few hours away, we were almost finished. Well, this is about as exciting as it gets. We're down to putting signs on the door. Check out this drill bit, it's a nail.
We have a regular, very few schools and it's like a dream come true.
So good to meet you.
It's a pleasure too.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Karibu.
Asante. You know that. My name is Jane Wainaina. I'm very happy to be the first principal of this school. In our language, Mahiga means stones, and stones are obstacles most of the times. And then I said, this is a school which has so many obstacles, but there is hope.
Flowers, 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 drop. Flowers, 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 drop. Drop.
I want to thank our visitors for what they have done to this school. We promise that we are going to work hard.
To use the facility the best we can.
We have a rainwater court, of which after the games we can take the purified water. We have 14 computers. We have our stocked library. I don't have words to say thank you. So, for our students, make them proud.
Raise up your light heart. We are going to do our best.
We are going to do our best.
In academic. And co-curricular activities.
We are going to work very hard so that we can make this school a center of excellence. Now we have good lab, it is well equipped, the grades will go up. And I believe come next year, when we have our pioneers sitting for Kenya Certificate of Secondary Education, we'll get good grades. And some of our students will join university and others maybe tertiary colleges. That's our prayer.
You can see the concept with the yellow, everything yellow is water, so any component with water is yellow. Again, these are the same tank from outside, and this 1,000-liter storage is for completely clean and pure drinking water.
Is this the first time they've ever dribbled on concrete, huh?
Yeah. So now hopefully we get a backboard up.
15 months, and it comes down to 2 hours to put up a backboard. I'm very happy to be here for the ribbon cutting of this great rainwater court. More than 1,000 individual donors joined hands to help build this great school. And now it's up to all of you to help hold it up.
Teachers, parents, and all my fellow students. On the stage is Mahiga Hope High School. The opportunity has arrived. For now, we will get educated. It's now or never. It's now or never. Thank you.
People say there's poverty here, and there may be financial poverty here, but I see that you are very, very rich in courage and in strength and in spirit. And I am inspired by your community, and I thank you for letting me be a part of it.
Moriega, Nubayama Yagashagi Kimahiga. That's about all the Kikuyu I have today. But when I arrived, all that was here was a dirt field, and I came as a stranger. And I'm standing here now. We're in this beautiful space, and I'm no longer a stranger. I'm part of the community with all of you. It's really the community that built this project, and we built it together. And I want to come over everybody.
Here's the best part. The rainwater court, it's never been rained on before the tanks were finished and the gutters were done, and the rain is coming. This game may be ended by the tanks filling out.
Sometimes I think that love is somewhere living on an island all alone.
It has been almost 2 months since it's been out. So the first water drop on the rainwater course is today.
Feel it in the darkness. I can see it in the distance, and then it's gone. And then I know that it is time for me to go and find my favorite girl. 'Cause when I look into her eyes, I see all the love there is in all the world. And it always will be. And it always will be.
Together, we'd built a school that would serve this community for generations.
And it always will be.
We hope to inspire others to do the same and give thousands of kids a real chance in life.
And it always will be.
Will it work? We don't know yet, but we have hope.